Hey everyone, my name is FPS Chasley and welcome to the first tutorial about the P-3 Orion. Or I guess they just call it a P-3 Orion in here. This is probably my favorite platform in multiplayer. It's so much fun. Just fly around so quickly and find people and prosecute them within a matter of minutes. It's really a lot of fun. I love this thing. People who play against me don't really love it as much when I play as it, but we'll get into that later, maybe. Alright, so the Odyssey below us got the same altitude and windage kind of things going on as you do with the helo here. First station, pilot station. Pretty much a bunch of the same stuff as the helo, except this one shows if your gear are down, if your bomb bay doors are open. Same collision, and this is the traditional airplane stall where you're not going fast enough, so there's not enough air going over the wings to maintain lift, so you basically just drop if you stall out. We got our countermeasure window up here. I'm not going to go into too much detail on these here since I went over it in the helo tutorial, but basically if it's on auto and someone gets a lock on you, the plane will go into automatic evasive maneuvers and launch flare and chaff accordingly. Turn this off when someone gets a lock on you. The plane will just maintain steady state, same course, bearing, same course, altitude, speed, and then you'll have to deploy flare and chaff manually. This will show, I guess, who you're currently targeted onto. Yeah, I guess if you got targets down here, you can hook onto them and stuff like that. Figure out what they are, what they're doing as the pilot here. Altitude, gear, fuel. I'm assuming these are turned on if one of your engines gets shot out or something. Here's your attitude indicator. Airspeed, engine RPM, throttle. Up here we have jettison. I believe this is how you can perhaps launch weapons from here, or if you just got to get rid of them. Like maybe it's weapons jettisoned. Huh! Look at that. That was fun. Okay. Not sure why I'd want to do that, but there you go. Here, let me actually check out the manual. I'm not sure why you want to do that is not a sufficient answer. Alright, the manual does not give a specific reason as to why you'd want to jettison a weapon, but I guess it's just in there for the sake of being a simulator. It's just, I don't know, maybe they're too heavy, you need to land or something like that. Or something's malfunctioning, I don't know. Want to jettison that bad boy. Maybe something doesn't release and it's firing, as in the engine's going, so yeah, that's that. And then coming over here, just got a nice little view out the window. Alright, moving on to F2, we got our sonobuoy screen. This is, if you'll remember from the MH60, they only have 4 grams, but here, not only do we have what seems like just about 8, you go up here, you have 2 more grams, so 16 displays. So you can look at 8 sonobuoys on directional mode all at the same time, which is incredible. Yeah, just a brief overview. I went over this in the MH60 tutorial. If you want more specifics, be sure to check out that tutorial. But this is just an overview of all the stations on the platform here. Moving over to F3, you got your radar. Same things apply as with the Seahawk. Don't turn this on if you don't want someone to explicitly know that you're there looking for something. F4, you got your ESM and MAD station here. Same rules apply as the MH60. Turn this bad boy on, fly over a sub, and you'll get a contact. MAD detects anything magnetic. SAD only detects things that are beneath the waves, I believe, if that's how I remember it working. Alright, the SAD sensor only has a shorter range than the MAD and only detects submerged contacts. Alright, moving on. Yeah, navigation screen. Very good. F6 here, we got the tactical. Oh god, I know what this was just a minute ago. Tactical coordinator, I could have guessed that if I just thought about it. So this is kind of similar to what you have on the Perry. You got your little target display here with range scales. Remember, the shorthand, divide this by 2 and you get nautical miles since these are already in kiluyards. So you got 64 nautical miles all the way down to 2. You can set waypoints for a flying, a sonobuoy, or a weapon. This is just you can set it on your own ship, and I guess if you have a target, you can hook it onto that. I think that's what that means. Over here, weapons loadout. This is your bomb bay. This is where you'll keep torpedoes or mines. So to launch one of these things, you have to open the bomb bay first, and then once the bomb bay is open, you can only launch the even number things first. The odd number ones are above the even number ones, so to launch torpedo 1, you'd have to launch torpedo 2 first. And then the wing here just selects everything that hasn't been jettisoned already. It tells you up here which ones correspond to which. Bomb bay open, close. There's your fire button there. Come over here to the left, you have your sonobuoy screen. You have both internal tubes and external tubes. So these external are launch and no reload, and then these bad boys up here can be reloaded. So as you can see here, this bad boy can hold 84 sonobuoys, it looks like, so that is awesome. As you can see, this thing is like in the middle of these two things. You're not really going to a whole new thing, it's just kind of straddling this. So if the game supported widescreen resolutions, you'd be able to look at all of this at once if you really wanted to. But I like how it's separate for each station. It kind of gives it its own little feel. And then finally here we have the camera. This is probably the coolest thing about the P-3. I don't know if there are any surface ships around here. Let's see if there are. Let's turn the truth on. Nope, there's just this Akula that we're supposed to find in this mission here. That's it. Alright, but if there was a surface ship, let's see if there's some land to look at or anything. Is there really nothing around here? Am I in the middle of nowhere? Let's look at 135. I think I am in the middle of nowhere. This reports relative bearing. Here, at least. Here it reports true bearing. Azimuth is the angle beneath level, basically. It doesn't differentiate between positive or negative, so you'll just have to judge that. So looking up here at our wing, or let's look at this bad boy right here. So you can zoom in pretty good. Get some pretty good zoom going there. Probably 8 times zoom. As much as the Seahawk can get it, or as much as the Seawolf can get in sub command. And then you have different kinds of modes you can look at. Grayscale. God, I wish there were some ships around to look at. Infrared. So similar to kind of like that. If there's a ship out here, it'll just be outlined in a brilliant bright red. It'll be, can't miss it. And then your standard LLTV as well. I prefer infrared over LLTV. Over here, if you have some tracks, you can select a track and then auto track, and the camera will stay fixed to it. I'd only recommend doing that for like radar contacts, because sometimes it can get wonky, be off by a little bit. Take your photos and mark a contact as well. And yeah, I think that about does it. I can do a little quick run over of some of the weapons we have here. So you got your 2,000 pound mine, your 1,000 pound mine, AGM 65. This is a Phoenix, I believe, or is that the air-to-air version? Yeah, the Phoenix is the air-to-air version. This is the air-to-ground version, the Maverick. So you'll use this to shoot little surface ships or something, or a surface submarine. Looking at you, Ben. Slam ER. This is a harpoon that's converted for land attack use. And then I think that's about it for things you can put on the pylons there. All the torpedoes go in the bomb bay. And yeah, there will forever be this right here too, or it's one of these two is your ESM pod that cannot be replaced. Might be that one right there. But yeah, I believe that's all I wanted to cover for the P-3. A quick overview here. This is the MAD, I think. I'm pretty sure it's the MAD detector back there. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and tune in next time, and we'll do some more P-3 stuff. Probably won't do a P-3 specific sonobuoy tutorial since it's basically the same thing, but probably get right to launching weapons or something. So see you guys later. Thanks for watching. I'm FPS Chasley. Have a good one.